Today I'm going to tell you a story about a scary toy that scared a lot of people. It all started in 1991. Shelley, a student of the art university who changed her house, was celebrating her birthday. Her mother decided to give her an antique doll, some parts of which were made of porcelain. This doll was in a local antique shop. Shelley was renting an apartment with her friend at the time. Shelley placed the doll on top of her dresser. After a few days, the girls noticed some strange things. Every morning before the girls left for art school, Shelley would leave the doll on top of the wooden dresser. The girl was putting it exactly in the left corner of the closet, and the doll was leaning on the wall with its right shoulder. However, when the girls returned home, they felt as if someone had sneaked into the house and the doll had moved. Shelley, who had just returned home, often noticed that the doll made of baboon and porcelain, which should have been sitting near the wall, was sitting right in the center of the closet and was too bent at the waist. But that's not all. After a few days, the doll began to move to greater distances, and the girls sometimes found it on the bed, sometimes in the kitchen. For example, if Shelley left the doll leaning against the wall on top of the wooden cabinet, she would return in the evening and see that this time it was sitting under the kitchen table, leaning on the leg of the chair. One day, the doll was found in the bathroom and once in front of the main entrance door of the apartment, despite the fact that before leaving the house, the door of the bedroom where the doll sitting on the closet was carefully locked with the key. Because of this, the girls initially thought that one was playing a joke on the other and was lying specifically to scare their friend. The girls also called each other having a strange sense of humor. Because of this, Shelley put flour around the closet where the doll was in her room, so that if her friend or someone else came in to change the location of the doll, she would see the footprints and know who was really doing it. That day, the doll changed places again, and this time was found lying on the sofa in the living room. Shelley immediately went into her bedroom to find flour footprints on the floor. However, the flour was untouched and still looked the same as it had left in the morning. The girls were already really scared when they both had an absolutely identical nightmare on the same night. In the nightmare, each of them was alone in the house, walking slowly towards the bathroom, and there was complete darkness around them. They opened the bathroom doors carefully and slowly, turned on the light inside, and saw a bloodied corpse lying in the bathtub holding a familiar doll. When the girls told this story to each other, they were very scared and already suspected that the doll was actually broken. In their library, they found newspapers and books about possessed dolls. In the end, all the events that happened in their house exactly matched the behavior of the other tested dolls, and in the end, their actions ended with the sacrifice of a family member. The books also stated that possessed dolls were inhabited by demonic spirits after an evil sorcerer performed a satanic ritual using the doll. The frightened girls took the doll outside and threw it in a garbage dump away from their building. It was quiet for a few days and nothing dangerous was happening in the apartment anymore. However, one fine day, a friend came to visit them. They discussed university matters and recalled happy memories. Just then, suddenly, a loud noise was heard from the bedroom. It was like someone taking a few heavy steps and then one foot hitting the floor hard. They were scared because they knew for sure that no one was in the apartment but them at that moment, and the noise was apparently coming from Shelley's bedroom and not from the next-door neighbor, who was actually a very quiet and silent old woman. Shay took slow and careful steps towards the bedroom. The girl sitting in the chair looked at it with two thin, frightened eyes. Shelley carefully opened the bedroom door, looked inside, and was ready to be very scared of something, but the room was empty, and on the floor lay the doll that had been thrown in the trash a few days ago. At that moment, Shelley heard the sound of very heavy breathing behind her. It was as if some big creature had its face right next to her head, and it was blowing hot air from its nose, like a hairdryer when it is set on hot mode. The girl was exhausted. She could not move anymore. She didn't know what to do. Her friends were even more frightened than Shelley, because in the entrance of the room they saw a 2-meter-long black and horned creature, which was lying bent at the waist and slowly moving its clawed hands towards the girl. The girls didn't even have time to call out for Shelley, so the demon closed the door behind her and locked it from the inside. Shelley's doomed screams were heard from the bedroom for a moment, and when the girls barely broke the door after a long struggle, they saw the walls stained with Shelley's blood, but there was neither the girl nor the doll. Many years passed after this story, and Shelley's body was nowhere to be found. Perhaps this was the sacrifice that was supposed to end the actions of the possessed doll. After that, neither the doll nor the demon appeared again. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. This will help the channel to grow and post more horror stories. May the grace of Piranha protect you.